The Joe Budden podcast celebrates Drake losing to Kendrick Lamar. That's right, on a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast. Oh man, they really were happy to see Drake humbled in front of everybody. And it was interesting to see because I think that Joe is doing his best to seem impartial towards this whole beef that's going on. However, I truly think that is not capable of happening with Joe, as I've looked into the archives and seen that there's just something between Joe and Drake. But let's get into what this episode was. Well, they kind of start off criticizing Drake's whole, approach to this battle and his arrogance, his perceived arrogance. They break down Family Matters and note how it's a great diss record, but he makes some general missteps. And I thought Joe Budden was starting to hate on Drake, where he noticed that Drake said some line about, I got the proof on Big D, look at or whatever. I think he's referencing that leaked video of Drake's news. And then he mentioned how 2 kids in the park, our family would be cute. And he was like, oh, Drake gotta be careful when saying that. I thought that was him being super critical. And I don't know if that is an undertone of maybe he doesn't like Drake like that, or at least he wants to see him humbled. You know how in life you pretend not to hate somebody, but every move, every action you take indicates you don't like that person? Joe's mind was made up. And even if Drake does a better job of soundly defeating Kendrick Lamar, like let's say Drake soundly defeats Kendrick Lamar, I firmly believe Joe would have operated on the other side and said that Kendrick Lamar won. I truly think that would have been the case. We all see that Joe plays favorites. Remember with Lupe and Royce, when Royce gracefully bowed out of the Lupe smoke and Lupe kind of smoked him, Joe did the whole thing of, nah, man, it could get real ugly if Royce wanted to rap. But Royce didn't want to rap. Lupe won that battle. But Joe could not say it. So don't ever think that Joe is not playing the industry games. And they also kind of admit Family Matters was a great record and in most cases would have done the job, but later on they break down all of the Kendrick Lamar diss records, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us. Very interesting. But what is going on here is it's just kind of being the voice of the Drake people, and Ice is also trying to be impartial, and I think everyone else is defaulting to whatever Joe's saying. And we all know Backpack Parks will ride with Kendrick. I mean, everybody's riding with Kendrick. I can't just say that. And I myself am probably not impartial because I've been listening to Drake since 2009. I was a college sophomore, and it's just someone I liked more than Kendrick Lamar. So I guess we're all biased, and I think that's something we have to examine, is that there's a lot of biasness coming on here, and we kind of got to deal with that. We kind of got to use our own level of discernment and try to get to the bottom of it. And the only thing that isn't biased is how time will move, and maybe in a couple of years we'll look at this battle differently. As to what this means moving forward, I think they're going to do more breakdowns of this because there's going to be a lot of information that drops. There's going to be people with these theories out there already saying that, they told Kendrick Lamar. I saw somebody put a note up, like there's rumors that there was a Kendrick Lamar meet and they told him stop dissing Drake. And it was like, it might be true, but it was actually community notes. I don't even know what that means. Then there's the rumor that Lucian Grange ran afoul of some people, so people took out Lucian Grange and are trying to get him out of Universal, and that they want Drake gone too. And then Imani kind of suggested a theory about Meek Mill, and I think it's interesting because I remember at the time when Meek Mill got his boot smoked by Drake, there was this theory that Meek Mills was supposed to be the one to unseat Drake. However, he couldn't get the job done because he's not Kendrick Lamar. And there was a rumor that, Rock Nation may have been behind. I don't know. That's just a rumor. So could it have been that Kendrick Lamar was sent to right the wrongs of Meek Mill? And Pusha T, he's just not popular enough. Meek Mill was actually popular at that time. So he could have done it had he been more Kendrick Lamar-esque. But it's just all a lot of great theories, and I think that's going to be examined in the years to come. And I think this episode was just a dancing on Drake's grave. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't wait to see how Drake responds to everybody. That's Metro. That's Joe Budden. Joe Budden's going to catch some smoke, too. I'm sorry, y'all. And also Future. I think Future, and Drake saying we ain't never already been through it. That doesn't mean they ain't been through it now. After what happened, I think Drake is going to put Future in the crosshairs. So we'll see how this goes. But let me know what you think about this episode. I'm trying to avoid all the Kendrick Lamar fans. Well, I don't know if they all Kendrick Lamar fans. I feel like it's a lot of people that are just, hate Drake, or Kanye fans, or people who are fan bases of other audiences that hate Drake. But I'm trying to get into a level of discourse about this, because everything in the comments is really, really crazy disrespectful. Like, I heard somebody in the comments like, Danny, I want you to die. I hate you. You're terrible. How could you root for Drake? But let's see if we could get to the Discord. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.